All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the high school. My name is Mr. Henriksen, and I am the orchestra teacher here at the high school. And behind me, we have the high school string orchestra. How about a big round of applause for these guys before we get started? You guys didn't even have to play a note, and they're already cheering for you. How about that? All right. We're so excited to have you here this morning to teach you a little bit about all of our string orchestra instruments. So we're going to teach you about the violin, viola, cello, bass, and even a couple bonus instruments this morning. We've got 3 great songs, which I'm sure you're going to recognize some of them. And then at the end, we've got a special surprise for you. Okay? Before we do anything in orchestra, we have to tune our instruments. Okay? So we're going to start with that. Darren, please. All right, now that we are in tune, we can get started. How many of you like the movie Moana? All right, we're going to start with some music from Moana. That is one of my favorite animated movies. I absolutely love Moana. All right, so we'll play a couple more pieces for you, but one of the big reasons you're here this morning is to learn about all the instruments that you see on stage. So we've got a bunch of different ones, and I'm going to have a few of my students behind me demonstrate those instruments for you so you can kind of see them and hear them by themselves. You can hear them all together as you just heard in Moana, but we're going to kind of work our way from our smallest instruments to our biggest instruments. So we're going to start with the violin. I'm sure many of you know of the violin, but we're going to invite Luli up front to talk just a little bit and play a little bit of violin by itself for us. So can you maybe borrow your stand too while we're doing this? All right, so Luli, could you hold the violin right up the front of the stage for everybody so they can kind of see just the size of it, what it looks like. So this is our violin. Wow, I know, right? So on the stage here, I think we have 16 violin players. So it's our I guess, most popular instrument, the thing that we have the most of on the stage. Many students like to start with the violin and stick with that one. So Luli, how long have you been playing the violin?
For just about 2.5 years.
Yeah, a couple of years. How old are you guys? 5 and 6? 5 and 6? Okay, so she's been playing the violin for almost half as long as you've been alive, which is pretty crazy. What's your favorite thing about the violin?
I like how high you can play, like the E string. You can play like very high.
Can you play your E string for us? Okay, pretty high sounding. And in our orchestra here, that's the highest sounding of our strings. Each of our instruments on stage here have 4 strings. That's the highest one on the violin. Can you play your G, the lowest one on the violin? I'll play the E again. Okay, so a little bit of a difference there. Do you guys hear how one's really, really high and one's kind of low sounding? Awesome. Luli, do you have something you wanted to play as an example of the violin for us? What are you going to play for us?
A Whole New World from Aladdin.
Okay, so that one Aladdin? All right, go ahead, Luli. That's the violin. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to demonstrate our instruments in pairs of 2 here. So that was the violin. The next person I'm going to invite up to the front is one of our viola players, Drew. Drew, come on up. If you could bring your stand with you, too. All right, this is Drew, everybody. Say hi, Drew. Drew, what instrument do you play?
I play the viola.
All right. Can you hold the viola up for everybody to see? I know, wow. It's pretty awesome. So, do we all see how this one's a little bit bigger than the violin? But it still looks very similar. It's just in a bit of a bigger package. Drew, how long have you been playing the viola?
Around 6 years.
So you guys said you were 5 and 6, right? Can you raise your hand if you're 6 years old? He's been playing the instrument as long as you've been alive. Oh my gosh, that's pretty crazy. What's your favorite thing about the viola?
I just love the sound that I can make and how underappreciated it is. It's just awesome.
It is pretty awesome. So I mentioned that the violin is our instrument that we have the most of on the stage. I think we have 16 violin players on stage this morning. I think we have 9 viola players. So our orchestra is special. We have lots and lots of viola players, which is great. I love having so many viola players. So we're going to let Drew demonstrate a couple of the strings on this one. So Drew, can you play your highest string on the viola? Okay, so that's the highest string on the viola. Can you play the lowest one? Okay, so this one gets a little bit deeper sounding than the violin, but not quite as high. So we have a different kind of character to the sound. Drew, what are you going to play for us as an example?
I'm going to play the theme song from Super Mario.
All right, here's Drew with Super Mario. Oh, big hand for Drew. All right, we will show you a couple more instruments after we play another song for you. How many of you have seen the movie Ratatouille? All right, music from Ratatouille is up next. right, that was music from Ratatouille. We've got a few more instruments to show you, and some of these next ones are going to be a little bit bigger. So up next, we've got the cello. Izzy, would you come on up front? I'll move your stand. So cello is our only instrument where we're required to sit. So the violin players, viola players, and our bigger instrument, which we'll get to in a minute, they can all stand while they're playing. So you see our bigger instrument in the back, that's the bass. They're standing up. But all these guys, they don't have to sit. We just choose to sit while we play. But cello is a little bit more complicated, and we need to sit while we play. So have a seat. All right, so this is Izzy, and she's got a cello. All right, Izzy, how long have you been playing the cello?
7 years.
Even longer than you guys have been alive. Wow. Maybe somebody in here is 7. Okay, we've got some special cases. That's okay, too. All right, what's your favorite thing about the cello, Izzy?
Just the range of notes from high to low.
Right, so we've been talking about that with our first couple of instruments. So let's start with that. What's our highest string on the cello? Can we play that one, please? Already pretty deep sounding, right? Pretty low sounding. Now let's do the lowest string on the cello. Might be a little harder to hear in the back, but we've got a wide range of sounds that we can make on the cello. Awesome. So Izzy, are you going to play a little something for us this morning?
Sure.
What are you playing?
Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars.
All right, a pop song. Let's hear a little bit of that on the cello. Here's Izzy. With the cello. Thank you very much. Nice job. All right, Aurora, come on up. We've got one more instrument to show you that we traditionally have in the string orchestra, and that is the string bass. All right. So this one's a little bit bigger. Not a little bit bigger, it's way bigger. So these two, Aurora and Elizabeth, have kind of been in the back and we couldn't see them super well. But the string bass is the lowest sounding instrument that we have in the orchestra on a regular basis. So Aurora, regular basis. Anyway, sorry, I like jokes like that. Okay, Aurora, how long have you been playing the bass?
7 years.
All right, so just like Izzy, Aurora has been playing for 7 years. What's your favorite thing about this instrument?
I mean, what do you guys think? It's big.
It's big, it sounds low, it's awesome. Awesome. So you're going to play a little something for us. What are you playing this morning, Aurora?
I'm playing the Me Channel theme.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's hear for Aurora at the bass.
One thing I forgot to do is to show you the highest and the lowest strings. Can you play the highest string real quick?
Already pretty low. Now, how about the lowest string? Really, really low. Awesome. So, those are all the instruments that
We normally have in an orchestra. We've got some other ones which we're going to show off in a minute, but I want to compare all of these side by side. So could we have Luli, Drew, and Izzy? Izzy, you don't need to bring a chair or anything, but if you three could bring your instruments back up, that would be awesome. So if you want to stand in order, so Izzy, why don't you go right next to Aurora there, then Drew, and then Luli on the end over there. All right, so here they all are right next to each other. So we can see we started with Luli at the beginning of the concert with the violin, and already that next to the viola seems bigger. And then we have a big jump up to the cello, and then an even bigger jump up to the bass. So those are the four instruments that we always have in string orchestra. We're a string orchestra here at the high school. Sometimes we have band instruments play with us. Did any of you get to see the band instruments last year? Okay, kindergartners, I don't think you would. You'll get to see those next year when you're first graders, but first graders, you would have gotten to see those. Okay? You heard two other instruments this morning that we sometimes use, and Luli was playing one of them. She was playing the piano in the back on Ratatouille, and she's going to play it again here on our last song that we're going to play for you. And then you also heard Aurora, who's up here with her string bass, playing the electric bass. Okay, so that one gets plugged into an amp and is a little bit louder. So sometimes we have other instruments that are included in orchestra, but these are the main four that we have all the time when we have class. Okay, so we're going to play one more song for you, but don't get up or anything afterwards because we've got one more thing we're going to do after that. So you guys, thank you. How about a big round of applause for these four for playing for you this morning? All right, you guys can go back to your spots. I'll get your stand. We're going to play one more song for you. Basses are always the coolest. How many of you like Frozen? All right, we're going to play some music from Frozen. right, guys, we had such a fun time playing for you this morning. We love all this music, but we saved the best for last. We don't have any more songs for you, but you got to learn about all of these instruments on the stage, but you were looking at them from kind of far away. There's some people in the back, and we're up on stage here. We're really far away, so we're going to give you a chance to see them up close. So for my high school orchestra students here, if you're comfortable with it, we're going to send these guys out by you in the audience. I'm going to have you stay generally by your teachers, okay? We'll try to, you guys, if we could get a couple of each instrument by different areas of the room, that'd be great. We'll give you 5 minutes or so. They're going to come out by you and show you these instruments up close, okay? Stay by your teachers, though, all right? They'll come out by you.